So I spent another day using only pistols, and boy oh boy, some of my scores were pretty ugly. It's a pretty fun challenge if you ever get bored. Just start using a G18 only. If I had to rank the number one secondary, it would easily be the G18. It's basically a primary weapon in your pocket. The best ranged secondary weapon, however, is this revolver. It's basically a sniper. One shots to the head anywhere before 53 meters. I'd say the most overall semi-auto pistol would definitely be the G17. The recoil and visual recoil is non-existent compared to the QSZ and the M1. Basically non-existent like the Raffica. It also has a way better magazine capability than the other guns too, and I would definitely rank it the number one semi-auto. It would be the M1911, the classic, but the maximum magazine is 11 bullets, so they really didn't want you just pulling this out and only using it. They should probably buff this a little bit, to be honest. 11's just, it's not enough. The Desert Eagle is another one-shot demon weapon, but it only does it up to 25 meters. It's got way less range than the revolver, but you can put a lot more bullets into this. Just makes it extremely slow. 13 is a lot better than the 6 you get in the revolver. The QSZ is actually really good. Damage-wise, it's kind of ridiculous. It's a 3-shot kill. Up close. Problem is the visual recoil is ridiculous on this gun no matter what you do to it, but I'll show you the best build to get rid of some of it, and up close this thing just destroys. And 15 bullets is definitely enough when you're getting 3-shot kills. The Raffica is probably the easiest gun out of the list to fire. It just, damage-wise, doesn't feel like enough for me personally. If you're hitting, it's kind of like the M16, if you're hitting good shots, it'll drop people. Problem is, you gotta hit a lot of body shots, it feels like. This is with the barrel that I chose, but as we can see here, it's a 2-burst to the body, and a 2-burst to the head even. So it takes a lot of shots considering ranged opponents. Alright, so with the G18, we went with the maximum range, well, the only barrel we can choose. I was able to make the ADS speed manageable with the barrel on it, so yeah, we have it. But taking it off completely, yes, you'll have a lot of recoil, but up close, face-to-face, it works still. Anyways, I set this for ADS speed and firing stability. So if you don't want to use the laser light combo, but you want fast ADS, definitely consider just taking the whole barrel off, like I said. But I use this to actually have a decent speed, and it's faster than what you see here. This piece makes it much easier to see your targets and actually use this gun. All the vertical benefits are just almost necessary for the G18, but these 3 options are all a decent choice. 33 makes it so that I can actually get multiple kills. You can safely pick up 3 full kills with the G18 magazine. Next we have the competition rear grip. We set this for control and ADS speed, and this is the G18 I've been using for a hot minute. For the G17, you honestly don't need the 33 round mag. You could go 25 and make this thing almost not move on your screen, but whatever you like. And then we have the tactical barrel, adding firing stability and ADS speed. I went with this flash hider over the muzzle brake, simply because I was happy with, the recoil pattern already. So I just wanted that little bit extra firing stability. We got better ADS speed, and we can actually see what we're shooting with the flash hider. It has muzzle flash concealment, so it's nice that this gun is already really easy to use. Flashlight for the ADS speed. And then for sights, it's all preference. I set it for default zoom, and I set the eye relief all the way to the left. Not very many pieces here. QSZ Rattlesnake Tactical Barrel. Holy, what a name. The usual suspects, ADS speed and firing stability. If you're new to my builds, I always do muzzle velocity when it comes to primary weapons. I just feel like the way pistol builds are set up with such limited pieces, which I think it's on purpose, it makes sense, we have to choose, speeds over what we normally choose. And since we're only typically using these guns up close, besides the revolver, which is differently built, you don't need it for a face-to-face encounter, so you could honestly go with any of these, but I recommend this, the suppressor, or the muzzle brake. I don't think this vertical piece is necessary, so I'd say pretty much just these two. But your ADS speed's gonna be good pretty much no matter what, even with this heavy piece. And then once again, I ended up choosing the panoramic red dot sight. I did actually choose other sights. I tried them, sorry. And I still just came back to this. Alright, so we have the pocket sniper. More of an updated version. If you don't care about how fast it takes you to ADS, just put these modular handguard panels on, and you'll get stability as well. But anyways, we start off with the maximum range of muzzle velocity barrel, and we set these both to the right. Really want to maximize on the muzzle velocity, making it easier for headshots. The echo suppressor is what gets our range up. The higher the better, the more one-shot kills. I was using this before though, and it makes it so that your gun doesn't move. We get a normal laser, which is nice. No stupid flashlight. So we have just a red laser. We have 4 control pieces. I'll just talk about the optic now. I put this on for the sake of the build. It's, you know, statistically the best. But my favorite is the viewpoint 3x scope. I might actually end up making that the code. You know, it is just a sight, it is just preference, but I really feel like this is the way it should be used. So we're gonna set these, this is how I like it. Please choose whatever you're comfortable with though. Like, please. Alright, we have the hand stop. I went with this over what I was using before, which was the Dawn angled flashlight grip. The most vertical control in the game out of one piece. I switched it just for the handling speed, and I feel like it wasn't even necessary. And I actually have it set for ADS speed, but feel free to go with control if you like. I feel like with the semi-auto, you're good to go either way. We set these ones to the right. It's actually movement speed, but if you want better sway, which is actually pretty important for a sight, set this to the right. Oh, we're good. The white box is typically what we're dealing with, even with the minus 18%. So there's the pocket sniper. So we actually have a lot of options for the Ravnica barrels, which is pretty cool. I just went for comfortable ADS-wise, but actually still hitting. So I went with this practical long barrel, and we went with ADS speed and firing stability. We have the same flashlight for the ADS speed once again. I was testing this in the firing range, just shooting it at the wall, seeing what would make the pattern the best, and I believe this muzzle brake does it, which makes sense. It's a vertical piece for a burst weapon, but you could definitely go with the echo suppressor here, the flash hider. It honestly doesn't matter. This gun is super accurate, whatever you guys are feeling. You have a lot of options with this gun. We have the balanced rear grip, and we set this for same as always. I want to go 24, but I feel like I would have to drop the barrel down once again, and the whole point of this gun is to have a little bit of a range in my opinion. Not long range, but just, you know, short to medium-ish. I feel like this would be pretty decent with a shotgun or something. You know, lead with this, so you can actually break the distance and then pull out the shotty. The Desert Eagle. First of all, I recommend this sight, the reflex. It's a little bit above the barrel and stuff. I feel like it's a tiny bit easier to actually see what you're shooting at with it. This is just preference, but here are my calibrations for it. I went with the range barrel over the hipfire barrel because I just feel like that's kind of the point of the Deagle. It's a one-shot kill capable weapon, and I set these both to the right. I went with the echo suppressor to maximize the range, and I feel like no matter what you put on it, the visual recoil is kind of ridiculous. That's the whole point of the Deagle, let's be real. We live for the top of the fucking gun. If you're looking to try and counter that as much as possible, you should definitely go with the muzzle brake. We got this for ADS speed, which we desperately need. That's why I have a flashlight on, because I kinda have to. This is a tough choice, because 7 bullets is kinda rough. I'm gonna leave this in your court. If you use the 13 round mag, your ADS speed's gonna be a little rougher, that's for sure. So honestly, it depends how you use this weapon. This one might shock you a bit, but I actually went with aiming stability while breathing over control. I'm treating it like a sniper here. Don't feel like you have to though. Set it to extra control if you like, and let me know which one you like better. So that's a fucking weird one. The OG. The Veterans Pass. The Seniors Discount. The Legend. So that's an easy choice. We got it top bar to the right, bottom bar to the left. Normal stuff. Make sure you don't use these other 2 flashlights. They don't give you it like any sort of ADS speed. This +4 is only because it's counting the -4 on this piece when it's off. If you have it on, then it's only the positive effects. Since the fire rate is so high on this weapon, it actually does have a decent amount of kick to it. So I put the muzzle brake on it. You have so many options with this because our ADS speed is incredibly fast. Choose whatever you like. I feel like they were really nice to us since we only have an 11 round mag. They gave us a really fast gun. So for this piece, this rear grip that we get, I put both of these things on. Of course, we're going more fire rate. I put them both on, and then we just get this free piece. I set the calibrations for you know what, and you know what already. Hope these pistols help you out. Hope you guys have a good time with them. And by the way, nobody answered my 150 meter G18 challenge, which I'm gonna fail right here, right now. You guys should have did it when stability was OP and you could hold your breath. Yeah, see? Now it's way harder. Now you guys are never gonna get this challenge done. In my last few pistol videos, I hit this 150 meter target with one magazine of the G18. Feel free to use whatever build you like, but try it out and see how hard it is. It took me like 45 minutes. Much love. I'm out. Peace.